going to go too long. I'm just introducing the topic. We'll talk about this for the rest of December. So, you know, I'll just continue to talk about different things with about topics and how to deal with the family stuff. And it's interesting. I think that if we're really all honest, is that we can all say we love our family, but there's always something. If it's our extended family or our in person, our close family, we can say we love them, and there's still some things about gathering that might cause us anxiety, or we might know that somebody might get in an argument. And I know people say, "Well, that's just family, and that's just how it happens, and it's no big deal." But the reality is the show that we're talking about. This is about mental health. If we can't talk about topics that bring out real life situations, then how are we going to heal? And that's my goal. And so if I step on some toes, I'm okay with that, you know. But if I can help somebody out, if I can help somebody to not avoid their family and be around them and know how to deal with them if they have depression or if they deal with anxiety and they don't know how to deal with these things from the past, maybe something I can say or we can say, this conversation can open up a dialogue to make them be courageous enough to say, I'll try again. I'm just saying, because y'all, you know what we can do? We can talk about that one cousin or that one auntie or that one uncle that won't show up at nothing. We can do that. We can do that again this year and talk about that person. Or what we can do is say, you know what? Maybe if we make an environment that's conducive for them, maybe they'll try again. And maybe it's not us at all, but maybe let's see what we can do to reach out, because we do want our family to be strong. We do want our family to be united, right? Listen. And again, this is so disclaimer, not talking about my family, not talking about any situations I've heard about. I am talking about families, period. If you go and look at any psychology book, y'all already know that's what my major is in school right now. They'll let you know about 45% of people are stressed out during the holidays to go see their families. So much so that there's a lot of people who just opt out now. They're like, nope, that's too stressful, not doing it. I'd rather go on a trip. I'd rather stay at home and look at my wall. I'd rather do a lot of other things. But if I have to go to my family's house, now I'm good. And so what we think, this is what we think. What we think is they just don't care, or they don't love their family enough. But the reality is, if we care to look a little deeper, we'll start to see there could be other reasons. And some of it could have nothing to do with the family, or it could have everything to do with the family. The reality is just, open your mind into these conversations so we can figure it out. You might have somebody that's dealing with deep depression, clinical depression, and you can look at them as the black sheep, but don't actually reach out to check in on them. Don't open your arms and say, hey, I just wanted to check in. You want to ride with me to the family gathering? We would love to see you. Sometimes just that type of extension can help bring you guys closer together and heal some wounds that you might not realize have been there. I'm going to help you guys by the end of this month. I'm going to give you some goals. For the end of this month, we're going to talk about things you should not say. Jesus, some things you should not say at family gatherings. Some questions you just should not ask. We're going to talk about, certain type of confrontations we might just not want to have at a family gathering, and even some certain topics that we might just not want to bring up over the table that can be very controversial. Okay, it depends. And then you also have to know who your family is, because some people can talk about these things and recover well, and then some can't. And then some can say, oh, majority can recover, and then some can feel isolated and just don't feel comfortable anymore, right? And then we're going to talk about some more serious things, because let's to be honest, there are situations where, unfortunately, we have things that happen in the closet in families, and you might have somebody there that's done something really hurtful to somebody else, and they're expected to go and act like everything's okay. And that environment is very dangerous for them. So we'll talk about that and how to deal with that too. So we're just going to talk about all of that during the month of December. Because you know why? Because it's, when it comes down to it, you want to be able to enjoy, your time, but I want you guys to enjoy it the best way possible. And with these tips, that's going to allow you to make a decision about what you want to do. Because maybe not going is your best idea. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe that's the boundary you should put up. But maybe you should go, and maybe you should take some tools that you can utilize to help you figure it out and work it through it, right? Yolanda, you said sometimes you don't come around your family because of the bad negative energy. See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes that I've heard that, and that's the problem. People don't honestly think about it. They're gonna look at you as the negative person. Oh, she just don't care about our family. She doesn't want to be around us, and it's not that at all. But it's almost like you are protecting yourself, and you're like, I don't want that toxic around me, that energy. And so sometimes you just do stay away. But yeah, you say you can't take the fake and the phony. Listen, sis. And that's what I'm talking about. And I also want to talk about the dynamic that creates that environment as well, right? Let's talk about the psychology around that family dynamic that's created that can be toxic, right? The idea that you got to keep up with the Jones, the idea that you have to look a certain way and present a certain way, especially when you have certain people you want to get together and I want to make it seem like everything is wonderful. I want everybody to think everything is great. And it becomes really hard to exist there when there's not a level of just transparency, or there's just not a level playing field, right? I am a big component of us not having to, especially we talk about social media, and social media is really bad for this. But social media, you can paint a picture about your life, and people believe that's your life. And so if everybody's painting this picture, right? Guess what you can choose to do? When you paint a picture, you can use what colors you want. You can make it as pretty as you want. You can make it as big as you want, as big as, you can do whatever you took to create this picture. And that's your choice. And that's the picture you want everybody to see. And that's wonderful. That's what you do, social media. The problem with that picture is that a realistic representation of what your life is? And if it's not, then we need to go to figure out what that's about. Why do you feel like you need to do that, right? Don't get me wrong, everybody embellishes a little bit, but to a point where you've literally created another whole life for you. And then you're trying to like fortify it and keep it up. And that's what we talk about. Don't keep up with the Jones, right? Everybody wants to look like they're the happiest. Everybody wants to look like they have the most money. Everybody wants to look like they are the most supportive. And not enough people are just wanting to be them. Meaning, this is me. I might not always advertise the bad, but I'm not going to embellish or overreach the good. And some days I'm going to tell the bad because I'm human. Just like some days I'm going to tell the good because I'm human. But more importantly, I'm not trying to compare anything that I'm doing. I'm literally showing up as myself. Hey, Jamie, I'm showing up as myself to stand flat-footed in my truth, right? And so just as we just talked about for social media, I want us to do the same thing in our families, right? Be able to stand in our truth, good, bad, or ugly. Because guess what? The minute we get a realization that everybody has stuff, everybody goes through stuff, your stuff might not be my stuff might not be yours, but we all go through it. The sooner we do that, the quicker we'll realize that, you know what? Nobody has in the Bible, there's this parable where they're about to stone this lady to death for adultery. And, everybody's running around with the stones. And they're like, stone her, stone her. And Jesus came and he said, this is whether you believe in the Bible or not, but this is a story. And he said, ye without saying cast the first stone. And people quote this all the time, right? They talk about this all the time, but I just don't even think they get how deep it is. For real. The person who has no sin, who has never did anything wrong, you are the only person that can judge and throw a stone at this lady. Because let's be clear, there was a man she slept with too, and they wasn't throwing the stones at him, right? I digress. But the point was is that everybody does something. We all have things. And I don't care if this is that or you feel like this is more than that. It doesn't matter. You don't have right to put your mouth on anybody else's stuff because we all have things, right? So the idea is if we understand that we all have stuff, then we'll have way, 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 way more grace, way, way, way more empathy, way, way, way more love, way, way, way less judgment, less condemnation, and less, keeping up stuff, right? Now, this might not feel like a popular topic, and I'm okay with that. I promise you I am. Like I really, honestly, I'm okay with that. But I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, the closer it gets to the holidays, I see the posts where people are like, oh my God, I gotta go to my family's house. Oh my God, I gotta go deal with this cousin or this aunt. Oh, my sister, oh my brother, my parents. Like it becomes a point where it becomes a point of contention. And there are people who go and don't go to their family's house. They go do their own thing, or they stay home, or they go on a vacation, or they just go somewhere else. And I don't think that we think about the reasoning behind that. And I don't think enough people care, and therefore, you really don't get to strengthen it. We like the things like, oh, we like it when we see the big family pictures and everybody's together and it seems so wonderful and but we won't talk about the stuff that goes along under the surface because we don't want it to, bubble over. And the reality is that if we don't talk about it and deal with it, sometimes it will bubble over, and then that contributes to the problem. You know what I'm saying? You're not used to that being your business. Listen, sometimes they be like that, girl. I mean, and don't get me wrong, some of it's just family, and some of it's not all negative, but some of it can be very damaging, right? And it's something that we have to be honest about, and we have to start having these conversations because we want to say, oh, Corona happened. It was so horrible. What happened? And we want to be so close to our family. That's great. But if we don't deal with the issues that kept the family from staying close in the first place, it's not going to last long. I'm sorry. And I'm here to say the unpopular opinion that people won't say. I'll say it. If we don't deal with the issues that have the family not as close as they should be in the first place, just because people are dying or people are sick, that's not going to keep people together long enough. They have short memories. So yeah, they'll feel bad about not being around family, like, dad, Uncle so-and-so died, or cousin so-and-so died. Man, this is hard on us. Let's get together and be close. That's only going to last so long. It's only going to last so long. Then those real issues that you dare not talk about, that things we put in those, that what we call them, the skeletons in the closet, or what do they call that? Family business. The idea that you can't say certain stuff, you can't talk about certain things, that those skeletons will come out, and they might not come out how you think they're going to come out, right? They might not come out like that exact thing, but it'll be a root. It'll be of what's the thing called? I'm trying to think of it. You know how you have a big tree and then roots come out and they grow out? It'll be one of the big parts of the root to come out. And if you got a big enough tree that's been there long enough, a root can come out and be, depending on how big the tree is and how old the tree it can be, that root can almost be a whole nother tree and grow a whole nother tree. I don't know about y'all, but I bought a house and the roots went underground and invaded my pipes, and my pipes cracked and had to be uh uh they would have to be repaired. So roots are, roots, we don't really talk about how dangerous roots can be. And see, what y'all doing is y'all dealing with surface level stuff and y'all not getting to the roots. And because you're not getting to the roots, the problem don't die. And y'all say, well, if we just don't talk about it, it ain't going to erupt. How's that been working for you? How's that been working for you? You don't talk about it and then you think that it won't surface. How's that been working for you? That's not how things heal. Remember, we talk about wounds? If you do not address the wounds, they will just get infected. They will just get more infected and damaged and deeper, and nothing is actually healed. It gets tender to the touch, and you keep on playing. That arm that you got that wound in is going to have to be amputated, because guess what? It's going to just die. It's going to cause your whole arm to die. It's going to spread. That's what's going to happen if you don't deal with it. So what sometimes you guys see that erupts at these family holidays or these events is that we never dealt with what happened 25 years ago. We pretended like it was not a big deal. We didn't get to the root of it. And because we didn't, it grew other roots, and it grew into other little trees. And so something that might have been a trust issue starts and turns into, those other issues, and it turns into anxiety for that person, and depression on that end for that person, and rejection on that end for that person. I never felt like I was really a part of the family on that end. And listen, girl, you said it goes down onto these children. That's it. That's the part. That's the part. That part right there. That part right there. And you don't even realize that you're sowing those seeds. Because guess what? When you never dealt with it, if you didn't deal with it inside of you, and this is going to be some stuff that I hope I can recover from this. If you don't deal with what's going on inside of you, and that thing is in your belly, and then you have a child, you don't think that they some kind of way inherit some of that? But y'all ain't ready for that. And we ain't going to talk about that right now, because that's deep, deep. That's deep, deep. That's deep, deep. But that's the reality of it. This is how generation curse will start. This is how stuff that happen, intergenerational trauma, that's how it happens. And so let me give a disclaimer. I am in no way talking about any particular person, any particular thing. I am not talking about anything in my life. I am talking as a mental health advocate. I was on TikTok the other day, and I was listening to people talk about the anxiety that's happening when the holidays are coming up. And they were talking about how some of them really were stressed out about going to their families, and some of them were just like not wanting to go. Then, we just had Thanksgiving. Then some of them came back and told stories about what happened at Thanksgiving dinner with their families. And I started to realize that, hey, this is something that we don't talk about enough. And yes, it can be personal and it can be very specific and unique. But guess what's not personal and specific and unique? Family, the family inner workings. We might all have different families and different issues and different stuff, but every family has something. Every relationship has some dynamic, and it can be difficult for all. And I found so many articles about it. It's a whole chapter in the book I'm reading. And what that shows me is that this is not unique to your situation. This is everybody. And so let's not get so distracted by the idea, oh, well, Paris, it's Corona and we want to be around each other. Great, you should. I want everybody. Listen, I want to be around all my family. I want everybody to be around each other. That's amazing and wonderful, great. What I am saying, though, is that for those people who don't have that situation that's watching me, for somebody who says, hey, I lost somebody, this holiday is going to be hard. For someone to say, hey, holidays were hard before this, they're even harder now. For someone who's saying that This is my first holiday without that loved one, and I don't have anybody. It can become very hard. And so, what I'm trying to do is equip us with the correct tools and the correct mindset to approach it, so that we don't minimize it and act as though it's not a real thing. Okay. So there we go. I hope that I did to open. I just want to crack open your chest a little bit. I want to crack it open a little bit because I'm just priming it. I'm going to come back on Thursday and give you some more. And we're going to talk about this to December, okay? So by the time Christmas comes, y'all going to be ready. Y'all going to be ready to make a decision about what you choose to do. Y'all know I'm still a boundaries person. So maybe for you, this is not for you. As far as like not, Paris, I'm not going to my family's house. I'm not doing it. I can't. That might be the best decision for you. Or it might be, you know what? I actually want to see them, and I'm empowered now to see how I can think about things from both sides, figure out what I need to do, and approach this in a way that's going to be beneficial so that we can be together and love on each other, but in a healthy way, and not a, oh, I better go see you because if I don't and you die, I'm going to be sad. I know that's such a harsh thing for me to say, but if you can get past the harshness of it and hear me, then you'll understand what I'm saying. Let's heal for real, y'all. Remember I said, let's not just look healed. Let's not just, show up like we're healed. Let's not just take the family pictures. I know a lot of people that took these family pictures and they fought right before it. Or somebody, cuss somebody out afterwards. People walk away with their feelings hurt. Let's not just do that. Let's not exchange gifts and then somebody then tell somebody business and then everybody's feelings are hurt. Or somebody comes and asks them such a hurtful question. Let's not do that. Let's show up for real this year. Let's use what we've learned to be better. Let's use what we learned to be hold people more accountable. Let's use what we've learned to be better for ourselves. It's certain things that I used to do that I will never do again, that I didn't realize was a thing until I started studying and being more self-aware and realizing how what I say can affect different people, right? Like, remember I told you everything that you do to hurt somebody is not intentional. And so this idea that you never have hurt somebody's feelings is unrealistic. Matter of fact, let me tell you this. If you are born and you're over the age of 10, you've done something to hurt somebody's feelings. If you're over 10, you have done something to hurt somebody's feelings. Hey, Mama Pat, I came on early. We're talking about holidays and family and the dynamics and making sure that we have an amazing holiday by healing some of those hurtful dynamics. But so like if we get past the idea that if you're over 10, you've possibly done something to hurt somebody in your life. So the faster you get to that, the quicker you'll understand that if you didn't probably intentionally hurt that person, right? And so if we realize that, then we can say sorry, apologize, and adjust quicker. And that's what I think sometimes we get more comfortable around people we love. And we get very, very comfortable in setting our ways when things have went a certain way for so long. And what I'm trying to do is break up patterns. I'm trying to break up things that might have not purposely been done, but it's what you do. And I'm trying to say, hey, that's not okay anymore. Matter of fact, it was never okay, but maybe that person never got the guts to say it wasn't okay to you. Maybe you said something for so long, they just learned to take it. And then you might have unintentionally created a toxic relationship with that person and have set it up for them where they now walk around expecting that or anxious about that being one of their interactions, because whether you acknowledge it or not, your family is your first set of interactions. Guess what? You might be 1 year old and have a birthday party And mostly you don't really have friends yet. Guess who's gonna be the your family? That's just it. I mean, listen, this is not me pointing fingers and judging anybody. This is just me being honest. And I'm trying to help the person that does not have the courage to say this to their family. I'll take the whatever, the backlash. But if I help one person to have the courage to try again to connect to their family, if I help one person to realize that they can have a anxiety free or less anxiety filled holiday and still be around their family, then I've done what I'm here to do. If I can if I can help the one person who stopped going to family functions 10 years ago because they were super anxious or depressed about what might happen because something happened at once before or they used to always happen, if I can help them convince them that they can try again with new tools and accountability stuff, they can be able, and boundaries, they can be able to still see the family that they do love, but also be prepared to deal with the aftermath and be understanding of what may happen, right? Then I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So, I'm excited about this series. I'm really excited about it because I see the possibility, because y'all know what I would say, one conversation can change the trajectory of somebody's life. One conversation can change the mindset. One conversation can change how you approach a thing. And if I can get you to change, and let's say you have kids and you have family, and then you start having conversations with your kids and with your family, and now all of a sudden they're starting to realize, wow, we can do this differently. That's amazing. That's amazing. I was talking to somebody the other day, and you know what I started to realize that's really sad? There are a lot of people that really still think that people can't change. There are a lot of people that really still believe people can't change. I've heard people say that, the little stuff like you can't teach you can't teach an old dog new tricks, or once a liar, always a liar. Once a cheater, always a cheater. If somebody did me wrong, they can't never cross me again. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I understand that. I do believe in watching patterns. I do believe in, seeing how people act and kind of making an educated, logical decision based on the patterns. I absolutely understand that. And especially if anything is abuse related, yeah, you have every right to detect the pattern and then get yourself out of harm's way. I absolutely 100% agree on that. However, I believe people can change. They have to want to change. They do have to want to change. You can't make people change. And to believe that people will change just for you, no, I don't believe that. I do believe, though, if they have the willpower, if they do the work, if they go ahead and change their mindset and persevere through the difficulty of the transition of change and the processing of the change, then I do believe that they can change. But to say that people don't change, I think is, hold on for this little comment I'm gonna say. To believe people don't change or can't change, that is a statement of hurt. That means you've been hurt too many times by people who said they've changed, right? And so when you believe somebody will change and then they do something hurtful to you again and again and again and again, and then we'll talk later. First time, shame on them. Second time, shame on you. Third time, I'm starting to believe that you like that behavior. And I know people don't like me when I say that, but it becomes a thing that there is some responsibility there in that relationship as to why you still keep allowing that. But that's a whole other thing. But then let's just talk about it, though. People can change. People can change. Now, change is not just all a mouth talk. Change has to be an action thing. It is an action thing. Change is an action thing, right? Why am I talking about this? Because the idea of it is some people would be like, well, I'm not going around those people because they ain't never going to change. They always how they are. And I just don't believe that. I think you should give people a chance. I think you forgive. Y'all know that word forgiveness is a big thing for me. That might be what we do in January. We do some forgiveness. But forgiveness is a big thing. It's a huge thing. And you think you're doing it for the other person, you're doing it for yourself. And it's about clearing the slate so that your heart won't be bitter. So your heart won't be tainted. It's necessary. It's not for them, it's for you. Yes, Yolanda, it's called bettering themselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what it is. And people can do it. Sometimes people are skeptics and don't believe it's possible, but I believe I can. And I think that it's important to give the opportunity for people to be better. It's a whole process. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying that people can change. And if you forgive, you'll put space in your heart with boundaries and allow the possibility of corrections and healing to happen. So I am optimistic about this holiday season. I really am. I'm optimistic about what the new year's bringing. I'm excited about 2022 and some exciting things that's going to happen. Matter of fact, you guys are about to learn something super exciting before the year is out about what's going on even in my life. But it's a lot of transitions, a lot of things going on. So I think this is a really worthy topic because I think it's going to help a lot. Yolanda, you say you have to be patient with those who are changing or bettering themselves. Yes, that is so true. You do have to be patient. It's really hard. And the thing is that we are so, when we're hurt personally, everything feels more personal to us. They did that on purpose to me. And whether or not that's true or not, it's harder for us to let that go. But then when we do something wrong, oh, girl, I didn't mean it like that. Why you tripping? You tripping. I didn't do that. You're just being real sensitive right now, girl. I ain't do that on purpose. Right? And so sometimes we have to just be honest with the idea that we just have to work on ourselves, right? It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. Looking at in the mirror is not easy, but it's necessary. You gotta do it every day. Like, it's Corona. I gained some Corona weight. I got to look at this body every day. Now she's cute. So it's not that hard. However, I do look like, there, girl. You did so good. Look at you, backpedal a little bit. Well, a lot of bit. We gotta get this together because we want to fit in this dress. All right, girl, we're gonna have to work it out. Okay, we're gonna get it together. But I got to take that look in the mirror and look myself in the face, knowing ain't nobody did that but me. You feel that? I can't blame my friends. They always asking me to go out. Can't blame that on that guy who's taking me out to dinner. He always asks. I can't. I got to blame that on me. I got to take that. I don't care if I just got in a new relationship and somebody, is taking me out and making me happy. I can't do that. Hey, mom, love you. I changed my time. You probably didn't see it. I changed my time. It came on earlier today. And I'm actually about to get off. I'm sorry, mom, but the replay gonna be up. But I can't blame that anything that's not going on in the mirror. I got to that's me. I can't blame that on nobody else. Somebody could wipe my lipstick off. I give you a good example. Y'all ever see somebody kiss y'all and they got red lipstick and you didn't really know? You got a big red kiss mark on your face. And somebody say, "Oh, girl, you got a kiss mark on your face," and you didn't know because you didn't realize it left a mark. You got two choices. If you could walk around with the rest of the night with that kiss mark on your face, and that's how you do, cool. But if you don't like that, then once you found out that person kissed you, and you then now have the responsibility to go to the bathroom and wipe that off. You see what I'm saying? And wipe that off. And if you don't wipe it off, you cannot blame them for doing it. At some point, you have to blame yourself for not fixing it and wiping it off. I hope y'all get that. You can be mad the person kissed you and left a lipstick mark on your face. But the point that you are aware the lipstick mark is there, you don't want it on your face anymore. Go wipe it off. Or you can sit around the whole rest of the evening complaining about the lipstick mark. I can't believe she kissed me in my face. Oh my God. She know her lipstick gonna be like that. Oh my God. Why she do that to me? Ugh, I can't stand. You know how she is. And now you look crazy. Because I would look at you crazy if you do all that. Because I'd be like, why don't you just go wipe it off? Well, I didn't put it on there. So if you don't want it on your face, then we'll go wipe it off. It's simple. It's simple. Y'all know I'm a little silly. But that's what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about us understanding how we can shift and change the narrative. I love my family. Y'all love y'all family. Corona happened. So many people lost their family. It is the worst thing ever to lose. I know somebody who just lost their mother. I mean, oh my God, it's so much loss. It's incredibly hard to even stomach. But just as precious as being around family is, I want us to not let the ease of grief come off and we don't address all the situations that caused us to drift away in the first place. Don't allow this pandemic and what it's done to push us together once things ease up a little bit. Don't allow it to not allow us to fix the things that maybe didn't keep us as close as we should have before it. Let's stop saying, oh man, I wish we were closer. And then we only see each other at funerals still. We only see each other at weddings and funerals. Let's not continue to foster that environment. And if you don't think you're fostering, that's okay. Just start to think about something you can do to make it better, because nobody's perfect, right? So even if you don't think you're doing anything to foster a environment that's keeping anything that's going crazy about, that's fine. Let's just figure out something that we can do this better. One of the things in my job we come up with is goals to increase, even if you're doing amazing, if all your audits are exceptional. Well, even with that, no one's perfect, so they can't give you exceptionals across. That means there's no room for growth. So there's always a goal. There's always something we can do that makes it better, that takes it a step higher. There has to always be something. So I'm going to challenge you to say that, you know what, Paris, you completely off base. My family functions are amazing. We all love each other. We have no drama ever. There's no problems. We don't get into arguments. We just sit and love on each other. That is amazing. And if that's your truth, that's awesome. Then take it a step up and figure out what you can do to support each other in their mental health higher. And if you don't know, I'll help you this month. I love you guys. You're amazing. Thanks for rocking with me. If you're just now coming on, I started at about 5:20 something, and I'm gonna get off now. I might just be starting to mix up the times. You know why? Because why the heck not, right? I'm just gonna start mixing it up. We'll see. It's finals week for me, y'all. Keep on praying for me. Oh yeah. Let's see. This is the first time I came on since I think I came on one time. I want to remind you guys, if you have not signed up for the free ebook I had on healing from the residue of the pandemic, make sure that you go ahead and go to my website. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, www.parispjohnson.com. If you go on there, you can sign up for the mailing list and get a copy of the free ebook, Healing from the Residue of the Pandemic Using Self-Care. You need that. You don't even realize how much you need it, and it's free. That's my gift to you guys this holiday season. Also, I did a Black Friday gift bundle on a course that I'm offering called Emotional Intelligence. It's about mastering your emotions and understanding that once you begin to master your emotions, you'll master your personal life, your professional life, your relationships. You'll just be prepared to take on what 2022 is going to throw at your way. You need this course. It's a 6-week course. It starts in January. It's going to start January 3rd. If you missed the bundle, that is okay. You can still sign up for the course. It's going to be a reflective workbook. We're going to have a live session every week. Y'all, I got a couple of more slides today. I just want you guys to get healed in that area. And I know that's going to help a lot of people. When you get clear about the emotions and how to not let your emotions control you, baby, you done hit something, okay? You done hit something good in life when you realize how to not let your emotions control you. So I'm telling you guys, you want to sign up, okay? I even tell people I had one person gift this to his sister, and I thought that was super dope. And his thing is that she takes care of everybody else, and he wants to make sure he invested in her so she can finally get something for herself. I said that was so sweet. That was so dope. So hey, maybe it's a Christmas gift for somebody. It doesn't start to January 30th. You can buy it all the way up until then. But if I was you, I wouldn't wait because I'm not going to let it be a full class. It's going to be a very intimate, small class. So we can do some of this work, y'all. We're going to get some of this work done. But anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys rocking with me as usual. You guys have a good rest of the evening. Don't forget, do not forget, you are enough. Oh yeah, the shirts and the t-shirts are and the sweatshirts are still on there. Hey Crystal girl, I'm sorry. I came on early. Please catch the replay, Crystal. It's gonna be amazing. Catch the replay. But yeah, you guys definitely check out my website, www.parispjohnson.com. I have two shirts that's two different colors, a green one and a blue one, and one is a V-neck. I'm gonna put those up on the site. I was having problems earlier this week. We're putting them on the site, but I will have them up there. If you want one before I put them up there, just inbox me. They're $25. And they say boundaries get you some. Remember I told y'all about that one? That's the shirt I had on. So definitely go ahead and check that out. I love you. I love you all. And if you guys are just coming on, again, catch the replay. I came on a little early, so I definitely want y'all to check this out. And I'll be back Thursday. Meet me Thursday. It might be a little early too. We'll see. Who knows? It's finals week, y'all. Give me some grace. Okay? This is finals week. Give me a little grace. All right? I love y'all.